If you're looking for the way that Jesus describes soul care, you cannot get better than Matthew 11:28 through 30. Are you tired? Worn out? Burned out on religion? Come to me. Get away with me and you'll recover your life. I'll show you how to take a real rest. Walk with me and work with me. Watch how I do it. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace. I won't lay anything heavy or ill-fitting on you. Keep company with me, and you'll learn to live freely and lightly. So, Reverend Dodson, in his book Soul Reset, starts off by recounting a conversation he had with his son. He's talking to his son about why his son loves the game of baseball so much. Reverend Dodson doesn't understand why somebody can sit there and watch this game for so long and be so into it. And his son describes it this way. It's a game where you have to take care of first things first. That if you don't do the first things right, then nothing else matters. And that is exciting. So the way he talks about it is, you can have somebody hit the ball perfectly. You can have somebody run the bases, get home. But if they don't actually touch first base, then none of the rest of it matters. In the church, our first thing first is always going to be staying close to Jesus. If we miss out on that, then nothing else we do in the church is really going to matter. In fact, it's going to burn us out, make us tired, get us exhausted. If we don't do the first things first, staying close to Jesus, none of the rest of the things we do in church matter. You know how many people I've heard tell me that they're tired or exhausted or fed up? With everything that we're going through in the world today, I can't tell you how many people have just sounded tired. So that is why I wanted to use this Soul Reset series. To take a few weeks at the start of this new year to get us back to the basics. To make sure we are taking care of first things first. To ground our soul care in a closeness to Jesus Christ. So the first thing I will talk about this morning, I can't say that, this is going to be like the fifth thing I've talked about this morning. But the center of this message this morning is going to be on asking you to think about how you want to care for your soul. We make a lot of plans in life, or at least I think we probably should be making a lot of plans in our lives. We want a good career, so we plan for it. We want a good retirement, so we plan for it. We want good health, so we plan for it. So I want to suggest this morning that we also need to think about how we're going to plan for the caring of our souls. And fundamental to that is learning what it means to lay claim to your own discipleship. And this isn't about finding more things to do at church. Often I find that doing more in church actually ends up doing more harm than good, especially if we miss first base, staying close to Jesus. Laying claim to your own discipleship is all about you intentionally desiring to become more Christ-like. And for a lot of us, that might look a lot like hitting the reset button this morning. Hitting the reset button on our spirituality. Going back to the beginning, making sure we've done that first thing. Staying close to Jesus. Here's a phrase that I want you to memorize. Discipleship begins with me. And what that means is that no one else can engage you in discipleship if you are not willing to make that journey yourself. It also means that you can't teach what you don't practice. You want the other people in your lives, you want people in your families, people in your workplaces, people in schools to engage in discipleship. Well, you can't teach what you don't practice. And my hope is that when we bring this year to a close, 11 and a half months from now, when we bring this year to a close, every person in our church will become a beacon for others. That our souls are going to be so well cared for that others will see what we have, be envious of it, and that each one of you will become a living invitation for someone else to begin their discipleship journey. As we learn about our own discipleship together, as we learn about the care of our own souls together, we're going to become so expert at this. We're going to become so caring, not only of ourselves, but of one another, that everyone in this community is going to look at what we're doing and say, I want a part of that. I want to learn from you. I want to know how you do it, so I can do it too. And we will lead others to discover their own journey towards discipleship. What a wondrous gift that would be for this community to see that going on here at Church of Christ United.